I got permission to do that. They bought it on Craigslist. Who knows what it says? Um, wow, yeah, there are a lot of people. There's a wall at my parents' house. Well, there are many walls, but there's one wall that's inverted. It goes up, and it goes in, and it continues to go up. And there's this deep yellow spot in that little inversion. And my mom has hung a painting there so that most people don't know what's up with the wall. So she hung a nice big painting. If you weren't there for the event, you would never know that the wall looked very different from the rest. And 16 years ago, my dad walked in the door from like a weekend romantic getaway with my mother, and you know, that didn't happen often. It was kind of a big deal. There were 4 children. We were all within like a year apart, essentially. So there was a lot going on. And he walked in the door, and as soon as he walked in the door, he went like this. Where's the fire? And he came around the corner, and my sisters and I were all sitting in the living room looking at each other like, who's gonna crack? Who is about to tell Dad what just happened? Let's back up. 2 days prior to that, Mom and Dad left. My twin and I were 16, my sister was 17, and we were about to throw the best party that Syracuse has ever seen. And we cleaned the house, we did a great job. We took all the rugs, we rolled them up, like moved the dining room table, all the Orientals were in the basement. We put away all the things that might like break or get spent, whatever, we just tucked it all away. And we also cleaned the fireplace. Yep. And hot ashes in a paper bag under a wicker bench don't really mix. But that happened. So those got moved. And we then went to Price Chopper. And I had a fake ID. I don't know if any of you remember being a teenager, buying beer for the first time. It was kind of a big deal. And I left that Price Chopper with 6 cases of Keystone feeling like a hero. And I'm whistling. My foot was right up on the cart. I'm like pushing it like I was a champion. Right out to the car, my friends were waiting. We loaded it in, it fit, great. Got it home, put all 180 beers, I did the math, yep, into the fridge, and then we left and went to the park for a while and played some games, because we were 16, we were kids, teenage brains, not thinking too much about much, and got home, and as we were just basking in the glory of the gold in the fridge, just smoke starts billowing out of the stairwell that goes down to the basement. And we looked over the corner, and the flames were eye-high, and we were terrified. And my friend Emily started grabbing the wax paper cups that were on the counter. She was filling them with water. This is the first act. And she started throwing the cups and the water towards the flame. And I remembered from my life-saving class, take stock, survey the scene. Okay, that's what Emily's doing, great. And Nicole and Teresa, my friend and my twin, went to the fire extinguisher, and I saw that they were struggling, and I was like, okay, that might not work either. We'll see how that goes. And then my friend Rachel was like, we have to call 911. And I thought, I know what the villain is. And if Rachel makes it so that we can't throw this party tonight, it's going to be a bad beat. So I grabbed Rachel by the shoulders, and I did some crisis management. I was like, Rachel, we cannot call the police. We have 180 Keystone in the fridge. It's supposed to be the best part of the year. Take a breather. And shortly after that, Nicole gets the fire extinguisher working, and she's spraying it towards the flames, and she puts it out. And we were like, whoa, that was wild. We got a lot of ash to clean. And it's 1, and the party's at 9, so we gotta just step into motion. So we like cleaned the house time after time after time, got it all wiped down. The party was great. And I realized just that when my dad walked in that day and sniffed and asked where the fire was, and none of us really told him, we just kind of were silent. His second question quickly was, did anyone get hurt? And we all like kind of looked at each other. We're like, we know the answer to this. And we were like, no one got hurt. And I just want to say thanks to all the parents, because you're raising little villains and they might wear a different hat one day.